Okay, so for our first macronutrient, protein. This is our favorite. Protein, protein, protein. So, fun facts about protein. Protein has the highest thermic effect on food. What does that mean? It's a fancy way of saying it takes the most energy to digest. So, protein supports lean muscle retention. So, when your goal is to lose body fat and grow the muscles, you need protein to get stronger. It's made up of amino acids, which is the essential building blocks for repairing and building muscle. So it keeps your body healthy, strong, and in a constant state of repair and renewal, so you can bounce back from any tough physical activity. So if you go do a workout, you can recover. Otherwise, if your protein's very low, you won't be able to get through the workout, nor will you be able to recover. So 2 common protein powders. Of course, protein's always best whenever we eat it in chicken or meat, whatever that might be. But if we do need to do protein powder because we can't quite reach those nutrients, protein powders such as whey and casein are the best. So whey protein is best for after a workout because it digests very, very quick. Casein protein is almost the exact opposite. It's better for fasting periods like bedtime because it's slower digesting. So I tell patients, hey, that's great if you get through supper and then you want something to kind of eat after supper to where you're not starving in the morning. So 9 o'clock before you go to bed, do a casein protein shake, and then it'll keep you full throughout the night and to where you don't wake up in the morning and you're starving. Or for patients that's like, Candace, I don't have time to eat in the morning. It's 2 p.m. before I can eat something. Okay, well, do some casein protein powder first thing in the morning, and then that'll slowly release and it'll keep you from gnawing off your hand before lunchtime. Okay, so some protein pointers. So always have an exclusive source of protein readily available. So what is that? Egg whites, of course, the whey protein powder or casein protein powder, tuna. Those are some easy things that's pretty much just protein. It doesn't have any other carbs or fat mixed into it. So a lot of times people's like, oh, let me eat peanut butter. Well, peanut butter is also full of carbs and full of fat. So if you're trying to meet your protein goal, you're going to go way over on carbs and fat because it has so much other stuff in it. So if you find some things like chicken that just has protein in it, you'll be able to reach those goals a little bit better. So what if you struggle with hitting your protein goal? Aim for hitting a third of it at breakfast. So we can add a scoop of protein into our coffee. That's a great way to do it. Or a scoop of protein into your oatmeal in the morning. Or you can add egg whites to pretty much anything. You can add egg whites into oatmeal. Try some things like that and consume a third of it first thing in the morning. That way you only have 2/3 of your goal left to reach throughout the day. So you can have a lunch, you can have a snack, you can have your supper, and then you can have a late night protein shake like your casein or something like that to kind of get you through. So then you're not like pounding 8 pounds of chicken breast at supper and you're like, I can't do this. You have to divide it up. So if your protein goal sounds really high and unachievable, divide that number by the daily amount of meals that you're going to eat too. So some people, they just want to eat twice a day. Or some people, they want to eat 6 times a day. Whatever that is, if I say, hey, your protein goal is 100 grams a day, we'll divide it by, let's say I want to eat 4 meals. Okay, so 25 grams of protein at each meal is going to be my goal. That way, you know, if you have a little bit more at one meal, then you can slack off at the other or vice versa. So some protein sources. We're going to have very lean, fairly lean, and very fatty. So a few very lean protein sources are going to be things like egg whites, chicken breast. Now, I'm not saying fried chicken breast with skin on the top and all that. No. Grilled, boneless, skinless chicken breast. Turkey breast is another good option. Pork tenderloins, pork chops, lean ground beef, so like 93 and 7%. You have to look at the packages on that. Sometimes you get 50-50 and it's just straight grease. You need to get a leaner option to where you're not going crazy high on your fats. Turkey jerky is another fun thing that you can pack in your work bag and snack on that throughout the day. It's really high in protein and not high in other stuff. Cottage cheese, non-fat yogurt, Greek yogurt's the bomb. Protein powder, white fish, oysters, Deli ham, that's another good option. Okay, so it's kind of in the middle, fairly lean. So you're gonna have some of the benefits of both here. So whole eggs. A whole egg is about 7 grams of fat and 7 grams of protein. Now, no carbs, but it has a little bit of fat and protein. So you have to watch your ratio, because you can't be like, oh, I'm just gonna eat 2 eggs and meet my protein goal for the day. Well, then you'll start to go over on fat. So we have to find a happy medium between the two. These are all like a happy medium kind of things. Chicken thighs are a little bit more of the fattier side. Turkey bacon is good, but it still has some fat. Burger patties, 80% lean ground beef falls in this middle category. Full fat yogurt, not so much the non-fat yogurt. Full fat ricotta cheeses, whole milk, flank steak, trim brisket. So the a little bit more of the fattier meats. And then we have very, very fatty. So what is that? That's like our ribeyes. That's like our top sirloins, porterhouses, T-bones, or pork, bacon, sausage. A lot of sausage is super fatty. If you stick with turkey sausage, it's a little less fatty, but it's still pretty up there. Hot dogs. Hot dogs are crazy high in fat. The turkey hot dogs are a little bit better, so find a happy medium between the two, or just skip the hot dog altogether and just put chili on the bun.